Give me that torch, boy, hence and stand aloof. Yet put it out, for I would not be seen. Under yonder trees lay thee all along, holding thine ear close to the hollow ground. So shall not foot upon the churchyard tread, being loose, unfirm, with digging up of graves. But thou shalt hear it whistling to me, a signal that thou hearest something approach. Give me those flowers, do as I bid thee go.
I am almost afraid to stand alone here in the churchyard, yet I will adventure.
Sweet flower with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. O woe, thy canopies, dust and stones, which with thee, sweet water, nightly I will do. Or wanting that, with tears distill thy moans, thou explainst that I for thee will keep. Nightly shall be to strew thy grave and weep. The boy gives me something, warning something doth approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight? To cross my upspeeds and true love's right. What with a torch muffle me night awhile.
Give me that mattock and the wrenching iron. Hold, take this letter early in the morning. See thou deliver it to my lord and father. Give me the light upon thy life, I charge thee. Whatever thou hearest or seest, and all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descend into this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take thence from her dead finger a precious ring, a ring that I must use. Endear employment, therefore hence be gone. But if thou, jealous, dost return to cry, and what I further shall do, by heaven, I will tear thee joint by joint, strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time and my intents are savage wild, more fierce and more inexorable far, than empty tigers or the roaring sea.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Take thou that. Live and be prosperous, and farewell, good fellow.
For all this saying, oh, hide me hereabout. His looks I fear, and his intents I doubt.
Thou detestable maw, thou womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsel of the earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open, and in despite I'll can thee with more food.
This son is that banished haughty Montague, that murdered my love's cousin with which grief. It is supposed that the fairer creature died, and here is come to do some dealing with shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued out further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must, indeed, and therefore I came hither. Good, gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence, and leave me. Think upon these gone. Let them affright thee. I beseech thee, youth. Put not another sin on my head, by urging me to fury. Oh, be gone! By heaven, I love thee better than myself. For I come hither armed against myself. Stay not, be gone, knight, and hereafter say, a madman's mercy bade thee run away.
I do defy thy conjuration to apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy.
Oh Lord, they fight. I will call the watch.
Oh, I am slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb, lay me with Juliet.
In faith, I will. Let me pursue this face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble Count Paris. What said my man when my betossed soul did not attend him as we rode? I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so? Or did I dream it so? Or am I mad, hearing him talk of Juliet, to think it was so? Oh, give me thy hand, one writ with me in sour misfortune. Look. I'll bury thee in a triumphant grave. A grave, oh no, of lantern, slaughtered youth. For here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Death, lie thou there by a dead man interred. How oft, when men are at the point of death, have they been married, which their keepers call a lightning before death. Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death, that hath sucked the honey out of thy breath, hath no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered, beauty's ensign yet is it. Crimson in thy lips, and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advanced there. Tybalt liest thou there in a bloody sheet. Oh, what more favour can I do to thee, than with that hand that cut thy youth in twain, to sunder his that was thine enemy? Forgive me, cousin. Ah, dear Juliet, what art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the mean abhorred monster keeps thee here in the dark to be his paramour? For fear of that, I still will stay with thee, and never from this place of dim night depart again. Here I will remain, with worms that are thy chamber maids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from the world weary thread. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace, and lips, oh, you doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss. A dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct, come, unsavory guide. Thou desperate pilot, now at once thrown on the dashing rocks, thy seasick weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, that drugs are quick, thus with a kiss I die.
St. Francis be my speed. How oft tonight have my old feet stumbled at graves. Who's there?
Here's one, a friend, and one that knows you well.
Bliss be upon you. Tell me, good my friend, what torch is yon that vainly leads his light to grubs and eyeless skulls, as I discern, and it burneth in the Capel's monument.
It doth so, holy sir, and there's my master, one that you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long hath he been here?
Full half an hour.
Go with me to the vault.
I dare not, sir. My master knows not but I am gone hence, and I fearfully did menace me with death, if I did stay to look on his intents.
Stay then, I'll go alone. Fear comes upon me. Oh, much I fear some ill luck, unlucky thing.
As I did sleep under this yew tree here, I dreamt my master in another fault, and that my master slew him.
Romeo! Alack, alack, what blood is this, which stains the stony entrance of this sculpture? What mean these masterless and glorious swords, to lie discolored by this place of peace? Romeo, O pale, who else, what Paris too? And steephead in blood, what an unkind hour, is guilty of his lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
Oh, come to the fire. Where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise, lady. Come from that nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. A greater power that we cannot contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come away. Thy husband is thy bosom. There lies dead. And Paris too. Come, I'll dispose of thee among a sisterhood of holy nuns. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go get thee hence, for I will not away. What here? A cup? Frozen at your love's hand? What is it I see? Hath been his sun descend. Oh, churl, drunk all, and no friendly drop. To help me after, I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them, to make thine with a restorative. Thy lips are warm.
Lead boy, which way?
You noise, then I'll be thee. Oh, happy dagger. This is thy sheath. Their rust, and let me die.
This is the place, there, where the torch doth burn.
The ground is bloody. Search about the churchyard. Go, some of you, whoever you find attached. Pitiful sight. Here lies the Connie slain, and Juliet bleeding, warm, and newly dead. Who here hath named these 2 days buried? Go, tell the prince, run to the Capulets, raise up the Montagues, send others a search. You'll see the ground whereon these woes do lie. But the true ground of all these piteous woes, we cannot without circumstance describe.
Here's Romeo, man. We found him in the churchyard.
Hold him in safety till the prince come hither.
Here's a friar that trembles, sighs, and weeps. We took his mattock and his spade from him, as he was coming from his churchyard side.
A great suspicion. Stay the friar too.
What misadventure is so early up, that calls our person from our morning's rest?
What should it be that they so shriek abroad?
The people in the street cry Romeo, some Juliets, and some Paris, and all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the Count of Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Here is a friar, and slaughtered Romeo's men, with entrance upon them, fit to open these dead men's tomb.
O heavens, O wife, look how our daughter bleeds. This dagger hath misstained, for lo, his house is empty on the back of Montague, and is missheated in my daughter's bosom.
Oh me, the sight of death is as a bell that warns my old age to a selfisher.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up, to see thy son and heir more early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief for my son's exile hath stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
Oh, thou untaught, what manners is in this, to press before thy father to a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear these ambiguities and know their spring, their head, their true descent. And then will I be general of your woes, and lead you even to death. Meantime forbear, then let mischance be slave to patience. Bring forth the parties of suspicion. I am the greatest, able to do the least, yet most suspected, as the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder. And here I stand, both to impeach and purge myself condemned and myself excused. Then say at once what thou dost know of in this. I will be brief, for my short date of breath is not so long as is a tedious tale. Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new made bridegroom from the city, for whom and not for Tybalt, Juliet pinned you to remove that siege of grief from her, betrothed, and would have married her perforce to country Paris. Then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise some mean to rid her from this second marriage, or in my cell there would she kill herself. Then gave I her, so toward by my art, a sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended, for it wrote on her from the from of death. Meantime, I writ to Romeo that he should hither come as this dire night to help to take her from her borrowed grave, being the time the potion's force could cease. But he which bore my letter, Friar John, was stayed by accident. Is yesternight returned my letter back. Then all alone at the perfect hour of her waking, came I to take her from her kindred's vault, meaning to keep her closely at my cell till I conveniently could send to Romeo. But when I came some minute ere the time of her awakening, here untimely lay the noble Paris and true Romeo dead. She wakes, and I entreated her come forth, and bear this work of heaven with patience. But then a noise did scare me from the tomb, and she, too desperate, would not go with me, but as it seems, did violence on herself. All I know, and to the marriage, her nurse is privy, and if aught in this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed some hour before this time unto the rigor of severest law. We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's man? What can he say in this?
I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and then in post he came from Mantua, to this same place, to this same monument. This letter he early bid he give his father, and threatened me with death. Going in the vault, I departed not, and left him there.
Give me the letter. I will look on it. Where is the country's page that raised the watch? Sarah, what made your master in this place? He came with flowers to strew the lady's grave, and bid me stand aloof, and so I did. Anon comes one with light to ope the tomb, and by my master drew on him, and then I ran away to catch the watch. This letter doth make good the friar's words, their course of love, the tidings of her death, and there he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to his vault and to die, and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies, Capulet, Montague? These what a see what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds me to kill your joys with love, and I, for winking at your discords, do have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
O brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue, pure gold, that why Verona by that name is known. There shall no figure at such rate be set, as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo by his lady's light, pour sacrifices of our emissary.
A glooming peace is morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be paranoid, and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.